Good hello everyone and welcome to today's video. This is actually one of my most requested videos and I honestly have no idea why it's taken me so long to film this. But a lot of you guys have asked me about plucking and filling in eyebrows. So I use just a couple of things. I have a tiny pair of scissors. This was like, just something that I bought at Target, as were these. It's just a small pair of Tweezerman or Tweezerman or however you want to say it, tweezers. And these are actually pretty cool because I think these are manufactured by the Henkel's Knife Company, which is a really awesome knife company, so you know that they're really good quality. So eyebrows are really important because they frame your face and they can have a massive effect on your makeup look and really just your day-to-day look. So the first thing that I would recommend doing is grabbing yourself either a brush, a thin brush, or some kind of pen or pencil. This is a really simple trick and it's one that I'm sure a lot of you guys have already heard, but it's a really, really good place to start if you can't really quite manage to figure out where and how your eyebrows should be shaped. So take your tool, whatever you have is fine, just as long as it's straight. Place the edge of it right against your nose. Pretend that this is the second dot that you're trying to make your line go through, the corner of your eye, the inner corner, and wherever that line ends up on your brow, that is where your eyebrow should start. Keeping the brush or pencil or whatever you have at the edge of your nose, twist it just this way until it's over your iris, and then if you look up, you'll see that is basically where your arch should be. And then lastly, the outside part of your brow, same deal, keep your tool right against your nose, and then this time line it up with the outer corner of your eye, and that's where your eyebrow should stop. And that's really how I basically measure out my brows. And it's also, honestly, if you don't feel like that works for you, if you feel like it doesn't look correct once you've plucked them that way, do whatever the hell you want. That's just a basic guide that I've used in the past to kind of help me obtain the correct shape and balance for the arch of my eyebrows. So now that you've got a really solid foundation or kind of blueprint, if you will, for how your eyebrows should look, the next step is to tweeze them. So for me, whenever I do eyebrow maintenance, I really just try to make sure two things. One, that my kind of upper lid and just this part directly on my brow bone is free of any hairs, especially dark ones that kind of stand out and just look really unsightly and just unclean. And two, that my eyebrows are the same thickness. Now, the truth is that your eyebrows are never going to be perfectly the same. That's just how eyebrows are. I think one time someone commented on one of my videos that eyebrows are sisters, not twins, which I thought was hysterical and totally accurate. So for me, it's really just a matter of being relatively conservative with plucking. I like to keep my eyebrows as basically as thick as I possibly can and just keep them well groomed. Now the second part to this video is basically about filling in your eyebrows. So I use three tools when I fill in my eyebrows. The first thing is a MAC 266 brush and it looks like this. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. The second tool that I use is another MAC brush and I can't even remember the name of it because the numbers have worn off, but I'll put it in the description. It's just their little kind of brow brush slash eyelash brush. Thank you, Chico. It's making so much noise. And the third thing that I use is this eyeshadow from MAC. This is the charcoal brown matte eyeshadow. I just kind of comb through them a little bit just to kind of make sure that none of the hairs are kind of hanging down or just looking kind of off. And then the next step is to start going in with my shadow. I just zoomed in. Hello, you're very close now. So I'm taking my 266 and I'm gonna just get a tiny bit of shadow. I usually just do like a couple little touches in there, not very much at all. I just take it kind of one brush length back and start right there. I just start to kind of fill in the bottom side of my brow. That's usually where I start with. So I'm just gonna go in again with this. And this is like, you can take a million years to do this for the first time. Do whatever you feel like you need to and just slowly start to work the product up and out. And once I kind of have a little bit of product on the brush, then I start to work more towards the center corner, and I basically start by placing the brush in line with the line that I've already drawn and just sweeping it up just to sort of fill in and give a little bit more depth to that inner part of my eyebrow. And then usually once I'm done going in with powder, I take my little brush again and just kind of sweep it through really quickly to remove any buildup of product and to just sort of spread out the shadow a little bit and make it look a little bit more natural. So now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Just go in and start to make that bottom line a little bit more defined. So there you have it, guys. That is pretty much how I fill in my brows. And actually, I just realized that I completely forgot to talk about these little scissors. The thing that I use these for is just to make sure that the top part of my brow, kind of towards the inside, is clean, because I don't like it when hairs are kind of sticking out. So I just basically line this up really carefully, kind of with the length of my brow, and just trim those excess hairs on top. Sorry, I completely skipped that part. So that's what these guys are for. All right, everyone, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope it was at least a little bit informative. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love ya.